Today we will be hanging a vintage hanging lamp in the computer room. I'm going to put it in that corner there. This is a beautiful 1960s era lamp. One of the more ornate models. Very nice fixture. I hope to find more of these soon because I'd like these all over the house. I went to the store today and I found a swag kit, which was a pleasant surprise. I had no idea that they still sold these things. So this is exactly what I needed. It's got let's see here. Let's just get this opened up. It's got a lead wire, a switch, and then it just turns into a regular AC plug at the end, which is what we need. This one's a bit longer than necessary, but it'll do the job just fine. And then we also have the chain, which, how many pieces is this in? Looks like it's in 2 different pieces. That piece is not quite long enough, so I'll have to start with this piece. And the way this works is you just kind of feed the wire through every few loops. We're not going to need all of it, I don't think, because it's not going too far. The outlet's not that far away, but we're kind of going to have to put it all on there anyways, and then we'll cut it afterwards. Well, not cut it, but you open one of the links and then you take it out and make it shorter that way. This is antique brass, which matches the fixture finish. I would have preferred polished brass, but I didn't see any. They had several colors. They had this one. They had a white. I think they also had like a bronze or a black. Very surprised to see that. I was not expecting them to still make these. I really can't imagine that there's a lot of use cases left for them. I happen to like them, but not everybody does. Alright, I'm most of the way done with this entertaining process. Okay, so this last loop, I'm going to open this up. I need 2 pliers, I'm not sure, let's see. Oh, that should be enough just to get onto the fixture. So we'll take this old piece off because it's not long enough for the use case here. And of course this chain is so much thicker than the new one. This is probably an American made quality piece. I'm going to have to get a second, I think I'm going to have to get a second set of pliers for this. I can't quite get this off. That is one tough chain, holy mackerel. Yeah, I gotta get a second set of pliers. They do not make stuff like they used to at all. They just don't. Alright, so we'll take that off. Keep that for something else. And we're going to make the wire connection right around up here. I'm not sure I really want to cut the leads much more. I'm thinking I don't. So what you want to do, need to strip this back. Maybe I'll reuse this tie wrap to kind of keep the excess at bay. Combine some nice old copper wire with some cheap junk aluminum alloy nonsense wire, because that's just what you do nowadays. Can't have anything utilize a lot of material. This kit was not cheap. This was, I think, almost $30. Pretty sure it was made in China too. Oh yeah, made in China. At least they show it with a fan still. I don't know when I'll ever get around to putting a box in a ceiling here, so I may do a swag fan in here for a while. Alright, so now what we'll do is we'll just kind of wrap this up a little bit. And I'll just tie it on there like that. If this reaches, I'm not sure if this will reach. Looks like it should reach. Excellent. Excellent reuse of that wire tie. That's on there pretty good, so now we've got the new chain. this on here, and I'll shut it. It sure is flimsy compared to the old one. And there we go. The wire is connected, and the chain is connected. Pull the extra slack out of the wire, and we're good to go. Yeah, for a modern product, this actually looks pretty much like it did back in the day. Probably should preemptively go buy a few more before they inevitably stop getting sold. Alright, so we're at the end here with the chain. It's all clumped up there, so we'll deal with that in a minute. So now that we got that connected, we got to go onto the ceiling and connect the screw, or the hook rather. Put the hook up. I'm not sure exactly where it should go. I think probably just, like that. Centered there. Some of that grid there, I think. And the height you can adjust later. This could be set to hang pretty high and be able to walk under it and so forth. But in the corner of the room, that's not necessarily necessary. Alright, so let's get the hook in there. I got two hooks that we could try. We're going to start with this one because it's more sightly. I'd rather use this one if possible. So we'll measure, because I just love measuring. Let's say this comes out, looks like the stud is around 19 and 20. So we'll go out 19 and 20 this way. And so we'll go right here. On it, and it looks like the stud is right here. Let's see. Hopefully this is long enough to at least get into the stud a little bit. I think, yeah, I just felt it grab the stud. So it's in the stud now, which is what we needed. Yep, that's definitely going with the stud now. Huh. Well, that's not good. It just broke. Seriously? It just broke. I guess I'm going to have to pre-drill the hole. That stinks. And now that piece of metal is just stuck in there. Alright, you know what? I think that's ridiculous. I've got another hook here. This is a screw hook. It's silver, so it's not as sightly. And this hook I'll start the hole with this one, because if I drill it, you know, it's going to be right next to it, and the bit may get all screwed up or whatever if the metal is there. I don't really want to drill with it like that. So what I'll do is I'll put this hook in, then I'll take this hook back out, and we should have a hole that I could then use with the other hook. This is really threading tight. I don't understand why this is so tough. Alright, that should be enough, I would think. I don't need anything crazy here. It's not going that far in. I can't believe that the screw just broke. What a piece of junk. This is a sign that you shouldn't hang quality vintage light fixtures with cheap garbage hooks. They weren't that cheap, they were a couple dollars too. Well, I'm not going to go real tight with this at all. It seemed good to me. It's definitely into the stud. And the light fixture don't weigh much at all, so that'll be fine. This thing is rated for 95 pounds when it's right into wood, like it is now. 95 pounds, and it break when you're screwing it in? Nah, that's funny man. It's a funny man's junk, that's what that is. Well, I'm confident in the hook. The security of the hook, I think it's pretty good. Yeah, it's not. Alright. Now let's put the light up. And all I can say is if it falls, I'm going to be furious. It's really not that heavy. It looks like it should be heavy, but it's just not. I think it may be this height maybe? That may be a little too low, I think. That's not bad. Let's try a little bit higher up maybe. I think it's good there. A little bit higher up is good. Okay, so now we'll take the swag chain and we'll bring it over to the left. We've got a little brass hook, which hopefully doesn't break. Put this up here, and this will kind of guide the chain down the wall. And we'll have to see about where it's going to plug in and where the switch is going to fall. Alright, good. That hook didn't break. As you would expect it to not. Whatever. Never know anymore with all these cheap Chinese products. Always breaking Okay, so the switch is going to be too low now, because the switch is all the way over here at this point, when it should be kind of up on the wall. So, well, as far as the chain is concerned, I don't want to do anything past here, so I'll go ahead and open this up and disconnect. Oh shoot, I goofed this. The chain is stuck on there. I guess I'll just leave it. That was pretty stupid. I guess what I should have done is cut the lead going to the light shorter. Apparently this is not going too well. See, the problem now is the switch is far down the line here. Alright, I'm not sure where I'm going to keep this switch. It will be long term, but let's just put it plugged in for now. Go get an incandescent bulb. Okay, I got incandescent bulbs here. This is a 43 watt halogens bulb. We'll use this one. Oh, it's already on. Okay. And then there's a shade that goes under it, which I think the screws are there. Huh. I guess you gotta do this while it's down. It's on the top. Even that's hard to reach. Gee, this is gonna be real difficult to change the bulb on. What on earth? It's just designed for someone with tiny hands, I guess. Usually the old stuff isn't like that. It's the new junk that is. Alright, the bulb is on in now. It's not quite as tight as I'd like it to be, but can't really get it any tighter. That will have to do. And I don't think you really saw that, but it's too bad. I'm struggling to get it. Okay. So that's it. The light is now installed. And it wasn't moving around so much. Yeah, I think it looks great. With the air conditioner, and if we had a ceiling fan, it would be complete, but we're not quite there yet. Well, that's great. Came out very nice.